Hello, and welcome back to Inside the Runner's Studio. This is your host, Tom, and with me, as always, are Aaron, Michael, and Diana.
Hello.
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 This is where we get to know folks from our running community. We have a list of questions that we've thrown into our randomizer, and our guest for this evening is Jamie. Jamie, can you introduce yourself, who you are, and where you're from?
Jamie, from a little town just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, Kannapolis. If anybody knows anything about NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt was from this town. His son, Dale Jr., was started out here, and several famous football players from here too.
Oh, that's a fun fact.
I mean, they didn't play super long in the NFL, but they had NFL careers.
Okay. I've
More than
never
us.
watched the NASCAR ever my entire life. But now I know.
Yeah.
I actually do know those names at least.
There you go.
I should hope you would know Dale Earnhardt.
Just general
No one should not know that name.
general pop culture knowledge alone.
Well,
I mean,
recognize that. That's
yeah.
why I said that.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, thanks for taking some time to talk with us this evening. We're so excited to have you here.
Good to be here.
are we?
Oh.
So I got to give some back.
Michael's starting already.
I got to give quick background here. So Jamie and I used to actually podcast together. We did a show for many years about first about just reality television shows, and then about Deadliest Catch. And then
Then he quit on me.
Then he fired me.
No, you quit.
Oh, boy.
Then I started a podcast network after I fired him
Oh, my gosh.
about other stuff.
You have a podcast network? Okay.
Well,
Like,
Jamie-
what? Are we
I
part
mean,
of that?
if
Because
you
we're not
call-
good.
If you call Skyrim a podcast network, then
Well, to be
have
fair,
at it.
there's like 4 shows. We're very
Oh my
popular.
gosh.
It's a thing. All
Add
right.
this to your random knowledge, Tom, now. Tom loves hearing this randomness about Michael.
No,
I'm
but
just thinking like a podcast, like, is it just a podcast network of people that just listen to each other's podcasts and you don't extend outside that network?
look,
Is that what makes it a network?
that is it. That's all it takes.
mean,
you
he
don't.
didn't earn the nickname the ass for nothing.
Okay, how long we 60 seconds? How long did that
I
take?
told you that was my name.
Michael said you'd call him that.
We
That's
actually,
funny.
we actually met through podcasting. Probably about like 11 years ago or so. So, oddly enough,
Yeah.
But
I tolerate him. I mean,
all right, Diana, if you want
it
to
is what it is.
kick it off.
Yeah, absolutely. So, from our rando list of questions that we put in a random generator, our first question this evening is, how long have you been running and what inspired you to start?
Running less than 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I had weight loss surgery back in February,
Okay.
and had got where that one picture I sent you guys was the final nail in the coffin that said, all right, go get the surgery. It was a 5K that was supposed to have been in April. My town has a run series, and that was just one of them. And the original one got postponed from April, May timeframe to like June, something like that. And as I give Michael crap about running, especially down here in the South, it was one of these humid days, and I struggled. And I literally, the video from that race cuts off. I'm not even 2 steps over the finish line, and they cut the video. They record all the finishers as they come across. And literally, I took 2 steps across the line, video cuts off. And I finished it at an hour and 1 minute walking it. And it was all I could do, just throw my hands up and say, screw it, I quit.
Oh, wow.
And so I got into the surgery stuff. We had went to New Hampshire to see my wife's family, and I'm not referred to as my cousin because we talk every day, because she's my support group since my local office can't have support meetings. She had it done, and so I talked to her about it, and so came back and started the whole process of going through, you had to go to a seminar, and then once you sign up, you got all your appointments. So I got everything done in 1st of October. but because of one test I had to wait on, I didn't get my stuff approved till November, which put my surgery in February of this
Wow.
year. I got through and out of the hospital before it all hit the fan with non-elective procedures or emergency type procedures. So I had started walking some because that's somebody else said walk as much as you can, so it helps afterwards. So after surgery, I had to get at least an hour of walking in a day, and so I started with that in February, March. I'm like, all right, 5Ks are being canceled. The first half of the season's canceled. I'm gonna start the couch to 5K thing to get ready for the second half of the season.
There you go.
And then I finished the couch to 5K program, and it was like, I'm gonna keep going with this. I mean, it's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
I love that.
You know me before.
That's great.
I mean, me and walking. I mean, I've always had the mentality to want to go try to run, but I could take like, I don't know, 20 steps. It's kind of like, damn, this ain't gonna work. I can't do this. And so I just kept going out running, and actually went to a local shoe store that they got that machine you step in, and it does a spin around thing and shows how your feet sit. And I dropped like $130 on a pair of Brooks, and I'm thinking, I never would spend that kind of money before. But I had somebody tell me this. It's a lot cheaper. $130 is a lot cheaper than spending that $1,000 to get that MRI to tell you got a stress fracture in your leg from wearing bad shoes. And I just recently bought another pair of Brooks, and they'll be here tomorrow. So I'll have two pair that I kind of can bounce back and forth between wearing. But I get out 3 days a week and run. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are my day that I do. I got a route in my area that it's all sidewalks for the most part. And I get out and do it. I mean, the first mile and a half sucks, and then I'm like, why am I out here doing this again? And then I come around the corner heading into mile 2, and then I hit mile 2. I'm like, okay, it's all kind of downhill from here. I'm good to go. And then I'll start listening to my times. And that's another thing I've been going, and I've got this book here. This over here is the last 2 years worth of 5Ks for my age group, and that's the top 3 finishers. On this side is the date and my current times. And I don't know, I mean, it's hard to see, but I've started out at a 43:20, and then my fastest time last Wednesday was or last Friday was 33:26.
Shut up. That's
so awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep. I've been watching those times. I'm like, damn.
I mean, and I know we had discussion, Mike, when I finished that 5K like 2 years ago at 45 something. I'm like, yeah, my goal is to get down to a 12-minute mile. Yeah, I didn't blow that out of the water. I'm at about an 11 and a half minute right now.
Yep.
And
that's
my
amazing.
goal before the end of the year is to be sub 30.
There you go. That's a good goal. I think you can get there,
at the same time, my original goal was I just wanted to get to a point where I start a 5K running, I finish it running. I don't care what my time is.
Love it.
But it's transitioned from time to say, all right, I can do this now. How fast can I get?
Yep.
So that's where I kind of, and actually on 2 of these 5Ks, I had finished third of my age group on 2 of them.
Oh, nice.
At my current speed.
That is
Jamie,
that's
I
good.
think like the one thing that you said that I just loved out of that whole thing was, this isn't horrible, so I guess I'll keep going. And that if that's not a runner mentality, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it is
100%. Yeah.
And I got my playlist now. And matter of fact, Friday I was running and I had set it, and I did the latest update on the iPhone, and it screwed my playlist back up to my previous list. I was running, and the third song come on, and it wasn't third song. And I'm like, that's not my effing playlist. And I I took off and started running faster. And I had a lot of personal, like my 2-mile time was 21:06, which is my fastest 2-mile time yet. And when I started hearing those times, I'm like, daggum, I'm on a pretty good click here. So that kind of pushes me a little bit harder when I start, because I use Strava. jumped in with the $60 for the whole year thing, so it gives me more than I need information wise.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
nice, and you can make routes and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I've got a couple. I got my 3 of my routes down here. It's routes.
Is
down
it
here, not
root or a
routes.
route?
route or route?
Root or
Yeah.
route?
I'm a route, not a root. Roots what's in the ground with a weed.
I love that.
All right, so Aaron, you're up.
The top one?
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite breakfast food?
Right now, I'm doing like it's a smoothie type thing, but I since I have to get in so much protein a day, like they want me to get between 90 and 120 grams of protein in a day.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Isn't that a lot?
Yeah. But because of my surgery, they want me to really. So I use the Premier protein shakes, and I take one of them, put a little bit of granola, and some frozen fruit, like the triple berry flavored type, the strawberries or raspberries, and I just make a smoothie type thing, and that's usually breakfast every morning. Or Kodiak's got their pancakes.
Oh yeah, they got the protein cakes. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got the little single serve ones, and I'll use milk in it to get a little extra protein. I really I gear what I eat based off of protein.
Yeah.
Because I got to get so much in a day.
So you focus on that.
Yeah, protein. Wow.
I got to just to get that much in.
All right. So, what song would be played on a loop in heaven and or hell for you? I assume.
I was trying to think of that O-Town song.
Oh, Liquid Dreams.
Liquid Dreams. That would be on loop in hell.
Oh my god.
God, that would be heaven for me. Oh,
I know it would be for you.
That was like one of the first things he told me when we met was that he was an O-Town fan, and I was like, "What?"
Oh,
We love O-Town.
are we
in
the
this
same
house.
person?
Well, see, we had a thing a couple years ago in another podcast we were doing. Since he likes to go to Florida so much with Disney and stuff, and I'm like, and I think how the gist of it went is O-Town's from O-Town's from in Florida,
Oh, yeah.
or Orlando, and isn't that where Butterbeer's at? And don't both of them suck or something?
Oh boy.
oh man.
So as much crap as he gives me about the Beach Boys, I give him that much and more about O-Town.
O-Town. That is true. This is true.
That's funny.
All right, Tom, up to you.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I've always said if I ever had opportunity, I'd like to own a record store.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a great profession.
That is.
Yeah.
I
We are
mean,
the same person.
It's just, I like listening to stuff on vinyl. I mean, I was buying stuff on vinyl and listening to it before the 180 grain stuff started coming back out now.
Mhm.
And record store day wasn't a thing. Used to be a little store. It's still there, but he sold everything in there for $1. So it's kind of like I can go in there and
Oh, wow.
make a nice little collection up over for $1 a record.
Yeah, we have a record store here in Baltimore called the Sound Garden, which we love, but they're stupid expensive. So it's like $30 for an album, at
Well,
least.
I mean, there's some newer stuff because they say that some of the newer stuff is CD quality. So, I mean, I have paid that much for some like record store day stuff, which there's usually 2 a year. This year there's 3 because COVID kind of jacked up a lot of the original ones.
Yeah.
So they're doing 3 different things, and a lot of artists are putting stuff out now on limited
true.
runs of
Mhm.
stuff because of But I mean, I think I saw something the other day that said that vinyl sales are about ready to, or they already have outselling CDs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like right now, I'd be more likely to go out and buy a record or something than an actual CD.
Yeah, because everything. Yeah, I mean, you're just getting digital music on a CD. You can get that anywhere.
I didn't even know CDs still existed, to be honest.
Honestly, I didn't know they did.
I
either.
knew
Yeah.
that vinyl was still coming out because I feel like there's something classic about that people
Yeah.
love. But
I'll
this-
tell you how it was explained to me, and it's kind of a stupid way to think about, not really think about, but just being geeky about it. They say digital is basically in blocks, like you're going up or
Mhm.
downstairs. So you miss some highs and some lows because of the blockiness. To where on vinyl, everything's in waveform, and you get the highs and the lows that you normally wouldn't get on digital.
Mm.
That's just the way it was kind of explained to me one time, and I'm like, well, it makes some sense because, like I said, it's part of some geekiness to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. So our final question, JB, that we have to ask everyone who comes on the show for our Inside the Runner studio is, what is your favorite curse word?
It depends on what's going on. When I was getting the tattoo that's on my back, I think I dropped several hundred because it was hurting so much. I think that's all I could say on repeat. So that one hurt, especially having to get it done in 2 sessions. But I got it done in New Hampshire. There's a local artist up there that everyone I've got, he's done. And I'll wait for 2 years. We'll only go up there every 2 years, and I'll wait 2 years to go back and get another one because it really takes me that long to forget about the pain of the first one.
That's a good point. Yeah, I know that feeling.
That's funny.
So, but that one on my back, that one hurt like I was like, motherfucker.
I love it.
I mean,
That's great.
and he's like, don't breathe. I'm like, I gotta breathe. And what's the better? I had to get it done in 2 sessions because we just didn't schedule enough time. So part of it's on one, and the rest of it's the second part. But he had to go back over some of the first part for shading purposes. So that stuff was still tender that he was redoing.
Yeah, that's
my.
rough. That is rough.
That's
And
why
I'm
I
like,
don't even have a tattoo. I have wanted one forever, but I don't think that I could do it.
I went from not having any to 4.
Yeah.
And I've got number 5 planned. Me and my wife's cousin, or my cousin now. When we go back up there next year, we've talked about getting, since we both had the surgery and feel like we're new people, we're going to get something like it's almost got a tribal-esque look to it, but it's a phoenix.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a phoenix, represents new birth and stuff. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
I have a phoenix.
Yeah.
I do.
I know. I've
Yeah.
seen it. All right, Jamie. Thanks so much for hopping on here and answering some questions and getting to know you a little bit. We appreciated it.
no problem.
Yeah, really. Thank you so much.
So everybody else
Thanks,
got
Jamie.
anything?
We appreciate your time.
Yeah,
No problem.
it's
Talk to
great
you
hearing
guys
from
later.
you.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.